So, any more questions to the good doctor? Anything you want to tell them or ask or anything?
Um, well, he did ask what became of the other cryopods that were aboard the Sydney.
Yes.
And Mapachin would just ask, what would you do if we told you where they were?
I would visit them.
Anything else?
No. If they want to come with me, I would help them come with me, yes. But
Come.
if they wish to stay where they are currently, I won't disturb them. They are crewmates and respected friends.
I understand, and it's very reasonable that you'd want to reunite with them and catch up with them. Um, we were even thinking of paying them a visit ourselves.
I see.
So we didn't actually meet them. They were all still in their pods the last time we saw them, so we haven't met them in person.
Well, did all of them come out of the cryopods?
What do you think?
I think some were failure, right? We were
Yes,
told.
and that had nothing to do with us. It's just a simple fact of they've been frozen for a very long time. The success rate, decreases the longer they're frozen.
Yes, that is a common problem with long-time space travel. The first colonizers did suffer from that.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're not emotional about it.
Well, it is kind of a personal loss to me, but
Of
it
course.
happens. Such is life.
Yes, I agree. I like the cut of your jib. But, you say that you would offer them to come with you. Where are you going? Do you have a ship of your own, or?
No, I do have some funds that I've acquired from the cooperative, and I plan on staying on the Radies. That was just a minute, please.
Phil, what are you eating?
Vanilla ice cream with chocolate brownie.
Well, fuck you.
Like homemade chocolate brownie that you were talking about?
Yes, and it's deliciously crumbly on the outside and incredibly fucking gooey on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Where was I?
Uh,
Oh, where he's going. He says the plan was to stay here on the Radies with my wife and Natasha. So that's
your wife?
yes, my wife. She unfortunately died when
Exactly.
I believe some event you call the scream happened.
Right. So, are you just a necrophile or what?
No, he's saying that the plan was to stay here in
Oh,
the
sorry.
Radies with the wife.
Then what is the plan now?
So far, I don't know. Maybe try and find Xavier. Destroy
Yeah,
him.
we ought to. We ought to. I don't know, how you plan to catch up with him, but you'd be an asset to our crew.
Let me stew on your offer for a
Absolutely. I'm
while.
I'm I'm sorry, Captain Albert, if I'm if I'm speaking out of place, if I'm not in my
No.
place.
People's fathers and children should stay together.
Yeah, they
A
should.
family has strong bonds.
Yours doesn't.
What?
Yours doesn't.
I love my father, Harriel. What are you talking about?
He does. Do you doubt it?
Father?
Everything. This crew was assembled out of Albert's love for and devotion to his father and desire to make him proud and please his father. He would like nothing more than to see his father happy.
Papa is not pleased.
But he's gonna change that. Look how hard he works.
So,
Our silly, misguided captain.
so yeah, Dr. James said, he says, I'll think on your offer for
Excellent.
now. Still have a few issues to deal with.
Understood. Yes, a lot has happened, and the decisions you make will have major consequences. So decisions should not be made frivolously.
And I believe Natasha is still doing fine with you.
Well, yes. I mean, we should ask her herself. How are you still wanting to come with us, Natasha? We think of you as a part of the crew and family.
The crewmally.
Well, Captain, without me, I believe you would die in that ship.
That is true.
Yes, you've done very much for us, and we are very thankful.
So, for now, yes, I will stay.
Excellent. And would you? What are your thoughts about bringing your father with us on board the Damocles?
She gives a short shrug and says, that's fine with me, yes. I would like that.
I too would like that. Why don't you give him a hug and show us all how pleased you are to see him?
Go on, hug him for us.
Command.
And Mapachin says, "Atta girl, don't let him boss you around like that."
I go to my compad and type in !hug Jimmy and
Your compad comes back with a fuck you. No, she doesn't hug on command. Come on.
Well, why do we
I
have her then?
understand.
I thought she was our hug bot.
Yeah.
She's not a hug bot.
Well, we'll just install that software.
And he stands up from the table and says, before any of you goes, anyone in your crew is tech savvy besides Natasha?
Tech savvy.
Yes, tech savvy. Who can deal with current day technology?
I have a 1 in post-tech.
So you're a professional. You can say
Yes.
you are a professional.
Yes.
Do you have a compad with you?
Yeah. It's the compat that Leech has been talking through. I've been holding it up to him.
Okay. So in your compad, you see your compad downloads a few schematics into them, which you can look into later. And he says, look into those.
Thank you.
Once you're on the ship.
Raylan does have a tinkering center.
Tinkering center.
Tinkatorium.
Yes.
He does
That's kind of
dabble in the
offensive
science.
That is kind of offensive to someone who dabbles in technology, Mr. Eastfield.
Sorry, I'm not well versed in the terminology you science types use.
Well, fuck you too, Albert.
Also, I'm to
Very good,
understand
then.
that Albert's manners by Cardice's standards are very very sharp. He's got very very good manners where he comes from. But that planet's just a little bit backwards compared to most others. So I don't think he means any offense.
He said, Dr. James asked, so Cardice, and he's like looking into the distance as he's remembering something. And he says, someone colonized that little icy rock?
Quite. It's a veritable paradise now.
It's a shithole.
Well, it has incredible minerals for the betterment of the entire sector.
So it's a mining base.
It's much
Well, that's
more
how it
than
started. It's a home for many. Let me check my character sheet. Many.
Hundreds.
that.
Millions of humans.
Wow.
He actually looks impressed. Huh. We never considered approaching that planet for colonization.
Well, now aren't you sorry?
Yes, it's in fact a Tech 4 level with some surviving pre-Tech, apparently.
So, yeah. After you lightly insult each other and say your goodbyes, you can go back to the ship.
Mumpachine's in no real hurry to go back to the ship. She makes excuses like, I gotta check this out, or, while I'm here, I better do this, or something. But it's just bullshit. She's just like wandering
Natasha,
around.
sorry for asking you to hug your father in front of us. If you'd like some time alone with him, please feel free to take this time as we spend some time on planet.
She quickly turns around and goes back to the hotel.
Well, didn't have to ask her twice.
So, do you guys do anything out of the ordinary on planet?
We want to go and find the organization that we can sell the generator and stuff to.
Jinhun?
Do they have...
Jinhun.
Oh, yes,
The people
them.
you bought the ship from.
Yeah.
They are in orbit.
Well then, looks like we're going to head to orbit and speak to the station.
Their base of operations is basically the supermassive orbital station around Nereides. So, yeah, if you guys don't do anything out of the ordinary in Nereides, besides some minor sightseeing, yeah, you go back to the Damocles. No problem there. And yeah, you're back on the ship.
Did Natasha's back as well?
Yeah. Like, if you calm her to, oh, it's time to get back to the ship, she's there in 10 minutes.
Okay. Who's our, comms operator?
Mapachine, I think.
Mapachine, get in contact with the orbital station. We have some business to do.
Beep boop boop.
By the way, Aaron, did you see the handout?
The Hollow Woman? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So the ship received that message when everyone else was on the surface. So that's why only you see it. And if you want to, you can share about it, of course.
Yeah, after they're done talking to Papa Tasha. I will send a text message to their compads that said we have a message.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, some woman with a bitchy face wants to meet up with us.
Oh, you don't mean my contact, I hope.
I don't think so. She was crying about our last expedition.
Oh, okay then.
I love Leech.
It's a woman with a bitchy face.
Is crying about it. Oh, lovely.
He collected blood money from people for like 2 decades.
Yes, we'll go to speak to her. Obviously, she knows what's going on, and she might be useful in tracking down either of the 2 shitheads we've released into the universe.
So, yeah, what do you guys want to do first? Deal with Mrs. Bitch? Or sell the reactor to Jinhun?
Well, I'm thinking like,
Sell the reactor.
we may as well do the sell it first. Did it come?
That
Is
can't
it
take
like
long.
in-system communications or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Jinhun
think-
is like, I would say you guys dock the ship on Jinhun, on the orbital station, and then take the lander down to the planet. Because, you kind of owe them money for the ship, and because you've been paying, they've been nice to you.
Yep,
Can
they
we
like us.
land our ship at the North Pole?
For why? Or
I
are
was
you asking like
Ariel
if
if it's physically possible.
Well, the woman did give you a coordinate to land.
Yes, I'm asking if our ship is physically capable of landing there.
If you scan, I could give you an answer.
I think our tech person might have gone AFK for a second.
Yes, I was. Sorry.
Could you scan the planet's surface, please, Raylan?
What was that? Like,
Oh.
It would be computer.
yeah, so that's Bermuda.
What? Hmm?
You're the computer genius, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Apparently Natasha is also, so I don't think we need to.
Well, she is a computer. She's,
Racist.
Yep.
She is a race, she isn't a race. What am I to say, Harriel? You're giving me mixed signals.
I know, right? From Natasha's scan and research, she says that the sheet of ice on Nereides' North Pole is thick enough to withstand the weight of the whole ship.
Brilliant.
So you want to go there first, or
No.
sell the reactor?
No.
Okay.
Let's sell a reactor.
Okay.
I don't like her attitude.
She's got a bitchy resting face, that's all.
Let me get a random Japanese name.
She's Japanese?
No, this woman already has a name.
Her name is... I don't think I can say it without laughing, so never mind.
Oh, come on.
I can't, like, I probably would just, like, laugh in the middle of it, so...
I
Good.
meant for the person you are going to talk to.
Yeah, to sell the thing.
Something easy. No boo. Yes, no boo is easy. So yeah, you contact Jinhoon, and after going through a series of secretaries, you are greeted by Mr. Nobu.
Mr. Naboo?
Nobu.
Does he turn his back on me?
I don't get it.
Me neither.
It's a Mighty Boosh reference. Nabu. Never mind. Well, anyway. Good day to you, Mr. Naboo. We have some items of great import that might be interest to you.
He's just, he seems to be very busy at his computer and says, yes, please be quick. What is it that you are trying to sell to Jinhoon?
Gigantic pre-tech generators.
He suddenly stops typing on his computer, raises his hands and turns to the camera, let's say, and says, giant pre-tech
reactors. You know of capital ships, do you not?
Yes, everyone knows what a capital ship is, if they ever heard of Gunhild.
Well, we have a reactor from one of those.
From one of Gunhild's ships? No,
No, even better. One which has been hidden for thousands of years. Pre-Scream, probably.
Really?
Interested?
And where did you find it?
In a previously intact capital ship.
Okay, no problem. That soundboard.
Fucking Chris.
Yeah, I gotta be better than you.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I could do better than you. No, you can't.
No,
Yes, I
you
can.
can't.
Obviously.
No.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So, what was the last thing?
Yes, we found them inside a previously intact capital ship.
How intact?
Completely.
Maybe this is who we should have sold salvage rights to.
Well, we haven't done anything yet, have we?
Well, Jinhoon is fucking loaded. So.
I thought we did. We went with like an entire crew of like people paired up buddy system, and we took things apart.
But they came, took the shit, and then left, and we didn't sell salvage rights to anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, you only sold the lenders to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so he seems to be thinking about it for a while, and more and more. He's taking his time. And he says, well, capital ship and its reactor, that goes for a bit of credits, I must admit. But Jinhoon does not have the capacity to produce a ship of such a scale. So we would probably use it for research.
I understand.
So as you can see, our need for it isn't that high, though we want it for research purposes.
Okay.
And Jinhoon is ready to offer. Wait a minute, did you sell salvage rights to anyone?
No.
Did you take any of the ship's weapons?
I don't think so.
Very well then, Jinhoon is. We are able to give you 100,000 credits for the reactor, plus 30,000 for the salvage rights.
That seems like a bit of a putting your dick up my ass. You see, I'm trying to say you'd fucking me with that offer. Bending me over a table, one would say.
He goes very serious and says, remember who you owe money to, Mr. Eastfield.
So, are you saying that would be the amount that you'd give us in actual cash, but if you were to take it directly off our loan, it would be more?
He shrugs and says, if you prefer to have it taken out from your monthly payment of the ship, that can be arranged as well.
I mean, we can get a shitload more money, right, from somewhere else.
Yes.
Maybe. You don't know.
And we can just, like, fucking buy off the ship with that money anyway, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
So, shall we say fuck you to him and fly off somewhere else?
If he's not willing to deal, yeah.
Yeah. But before we leave, we have to visit the North Pole. See what bitchy resting face wants.
Actually, I think we should just
Sam.
send her a message back and be like, who the fuck are you? So we don't just, like, take orders from random resting bitch faces.
Yeah. We'll do that after we finish with this man for a minute. Well, Mr. Nobu, I'm sure we'd probably be able to get a much better offer and pay off our debts to you, or at least a large portion of those debts. As you can see, we have been to our agreeing with our word and have paid on time every month.
You have, yes.
And we will be able to continue doing this in the future. I don't think that you have any reason to treat us with disrespect over
Negotiations?
negotiations.
No, of course
Yes.
not, Mr. Eastfield. You are a good client to us.
I just feel your offer was a little bit laughable, should we say. when
is
there's
what
there's
Jinhong can
other
offer.
people when there's other people out there that would be able to potentially pay much, much more.
If you are willing to sell it to someone else that has more interest in that, sure, please be my guest. I won't hold a grudge against you.
Okay, so everyone else?
Yeah, move on. Find someone else. Someone who is in the business of producing ships this size that would like this reactor for purposes other than research.
Yeah, I mean, a ship's locker on a capital ship sells for 200,000 new. So you offered us less money than what you could go buy the locker on the ship
Mm-hmm.
for its reactor. So fuck him.
Yeah.
And it's pre-tech.
Yeah, exactly. It's better than the book. Yeah, exactly. Stuff.
Okay, well, so yes, it looks like we'll be going elsewhere to sell our wares.
Very well, Mr. Isfield. I hope we do business again.
I actually think maybe we should set up like an ad and put a thing out that basically says like new discovery, pre-tech technology, reactors available, contact, and then a place where we can like check
Just auction it.
Exactly. That way the people that are willing to pay a large amount will come to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a wonderful idea. You have quite the business sense, Leech.
Well, I do have a 0 in business.
He has
Well.
Quite a fantastic thing.
He knows a few things on how to sell stuff.
I don't mean to brag, but I've got a 0 in business.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Kind of a big deal.
Would I be able to, Leech, tell him a bit about, tell Mr. Nobu a bit about how much you think this is worth, just in case he might want to up his offer at all.
Leet says, well, Mr. Nobu's clearly an educated man. He knows that a reactor from a pre-tech ship is worth many millions of credits.
He takes a polite bow.
Okay, well, if that is the case, then thank you very much for your time. Is it at all close to the end of the month and us needing to pay him?
No. It's the 10th, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, the 10th.
Is he the guy that like handles our payments?
No, he's just the guy you got redirected to.
Okay.
Mm.
You don't really pay to individual. You pay the faction itself, Jinhun. So, where to?
Let's have that phone call, shall we, with Bitchy Resting Face?
Yes.
So you try to call back the frequency that left you the message?
Yep.
You have no answer. I say we don't meet her. Like, she sent us a message, we send back a thing saying, who the fuck are you? They don't respond. Yeah. Peace.
Mm-hmm. I think exactly. Just leave her a message.
Exactly.
You're not the boss of me.
You're not my dad.
Yeah, I literally think the message is to just say, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Leave a message stating how we can be contacted and dealt with fairly in future.
Yeah, she clearly has our contact info. She can send a message to our ship, right?
Yes, she does have your contact info.
How does she know it?
Yeah.
The yellow space pages.
So you leave the message to resting bitch face.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, where's the next biggest shipyards, or is it Gunhild? Because I mean, they're able to make actual capital ships.
Yes, I guess the best thing that we should do is to contact like a legal office that handles business legal contracts in the Gunhild system, and then leave
You
that
know a
as the
guy.
contact information for the ad. So we'll pay them to like act as a middleman, basically.
You do know a guy.
Eckhart.
So, to Gunhild?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we go for dubious, I guess.
Yeah.
So, it is the 12th when you reach the edge of the system. Pilot. Roll navigation.
Yeah, so it's 3, right? From no, it should be 4, I think, because we're
Come
not
on,
in a hurry, are
add
we?
up your bonuses. Let's do this slowly.
Yeah. 1 from intelligence, 1 from navigation, and then the nav computer.
That's 2. But
Okay.
because you're doing 2 hexes at once, you get a -1.
Okay, so 3.
And then you can take another -1, and you travel even faster, and another -1, and you'll travel even faster.
Well, I guess the captain would have to say if we're in a hurry or not.
Well, it's always nice to get places faster, but it's also nice to get there alive. Your choice.
Okay, I take -1 then.
Okay, so you roll at a +2. You fail.
We blow up.
Okay.
Okay, I reroll.
You
Bam.
nail it. So you took a -1, correct?
Yeah.
So it takes you 3 days to get to Duibos. And now, do you still have fuel? Oh yeah, you refueled. Yes. My phone's ringing. Roll navigation to Gunhild while I answer my phone.
So should we do this at a -1 as well, or?
Yes.
What's the threshold for this again?
For navigation,
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's 7.
Oh.
Brilliant.
Yay.
New D&D campaign I just joined starts later today. I'm pretty excited for it.
Oh, cool.
It has a really cool premise that the GM came up with. It's 3.5 edition. I don't know if you've played that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I literally have 200 third edition books.
Wow.
So there's a lot of customization that you can do. And the premise of this dude's campaign is that so there's this thing called the Blood War, which is between demons and devils. And basically, the Blood War got out of balance because a good god betrayed the good gods and sort of mastermind for the demons to help get them organized. And they invaded Hell and were winning. And Asmodeus basically tricked them and gave them such losses that they were willing to negotiate. And Asmodeus sort of negotiated a peace treaty where they would stop attacking Hell, and in exchange he would give them portals to the upper planes, the good planes, which he did, but in typical Asmodeus fashion, he sort of tricked them, and he made it so the portals randomly placed them in the good planes, which gave the upper planes a significant advantage. And so for about 1,000 years, the upper planes were having to clean demons out of their midst, and so they were not on the prime material plane, which was actually Asmodeus's plan all along. And he started answering the prayers that they were unable to answer. So clerics started getting their spells from Asmodeus, and now he's the biggest church on the prime material plane after about 1,000 years. So after about 1,000 years, the good gods finally clean out all the demons, and we're starting at level 5. You had to have at least a level adjustment of +4, and you had to be a celestial character. So we're all like angels and half angels and shit. And we're being sent down by the gods to try to bring like goodness back into the prime material plane that's now run by the devil.
That sounds crazy and fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I wouldn't mind a D&D game.
Yeah, same here.
Sorry about that. That was important business about the apartment.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fail. Let me get the table of misery.
Is it? I thought 7 was the target number.
It's 8.
Ooh, that sucks.
I bump it up with a fate point.
Yeah.
Edge?
Burn an edge, yeah.
Fuck.
The Emperor is that powerful that he protects cross-platform.
Really? Well, it's a D3. You're only dead if I roll triple ones. So
3d3?
3d6.
Oh.
Let me just get the table. There we go.
For a second, I thought you were going to say it's a D3 and you die if I roll a 1. Doesn't sound
13.
like good odds.
Ship off course, but detected early. Make another navigation check. Got lucky.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you punch in the numbers and just before you hit the button, you're like, whoops.
Yeah, I'm a bit drunk, so that's why, probably.
A bit.
Yeah.
So that was in normal speed, I guess?
-1, because we're only jumping 1 now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that would be a spike driver. So it takes you 2 days? Yes, 2 days to get to Gunhill. Yes, 2 days.
Yes.
Just making quick math in my head. So by the time you get to Gunhild, it is the 19th.
Oh, could I have looked at my weird schematics?
Yes.
Do I need to roll for anything, or could I just
The best one between science or post-tech?
Post-tech. So that should be a 2 because it's intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have a 1. Oh, yeah. Duh.
You make no sense of it right now.
Okay, can I reroll later?
Maybe if you sober up.
Yeah.
Sometime and try again, you can do it. But right now, when you do it, you're just too drunk. It's a bit too technical for your alcohol soaked mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Gunhild Orbit. You want to try and contact your little friend?
Yes, let's contact him.
You want to say hello to him?
Yeah, managed to get a hold of him. So, yeah, he seems to be quite busy when you call him, but he looks at his own holographic display of you and he says, Leech, how can I be of assistance?
Oh, well, we've got a item for sale that we're trying to sell that it's worth quite a bit of credits, and so it's going to need a particular buyer. And so we figured we'd put an ad out there on a space list, and we would leave them with your information. We'd give you all the information on the item we're going to sell, and then for maybe a 10% commission, you'd sell it for us.
Well, that depends on what kind of item we are talking about here.
You signed that non-disclosure agreement I sent over last time, right?
Yes, you're in your non-disclosure agreements.
Okay, yeah,
I know
sure.
of
Just
them.
wanted to make sure we had you in our book. Yeah, it's a pre-tech reactor from a capital ship. So
his eyes go wide as plates.
Big ticket item, as you can see. That's why we're looking for a third party to help with the sale.
He's like, where the fuck did you get one of those?
Well, we'll sell you that information for a mere 100,000 credits.
That's a bit too much.
No, it's it's nearby. It's in the sector.
Ha ha ha. Funny. Everything's in the sector. There's no way out.
Yeah, we're keeping the exact spot of it a little bit on the down low. Obviously, we haven't finished salvaging it.
I see. Well, something like that could... Well, it could go for a lot, or it could go for very, very few, depending on who's interested right now. Because, as we know, Gunhild is the only place that is capable of maintaining ships with that kind of technology. And they would gladly take your spare part, gladly, for, of course, a reduced fee because you're helping the Reich and such nonsense. Beyond the Reich, well, you have your, crazy researchers that don't wear the proper equipment when they study these and get all sorts of nasty cancers. Some tech enthusiasts, some crazy tech enthusiasts get a hold of these sometimes and do whatever the fuck, I don't care.
Well, we're not in a hurry to sell it, so we're just gonna put it out there, and then when the right buyer comes along, they come along, and we're not really picky about who they sell it to. If a tech level 4 government wants to try to boost themselves to tech level 5, we don't have any problems with helping them do that.
I see. Well, there would be people that would have qualms with you helping someone, to Skuna, go up to pre-tech levels of technology.
That's why we're having you handle the sales information for us.
Yes, I see. Where did you plan on storing that thing?
Oh, we've got it tucked away safe. Like I said, that's the reason why you're going to handle the sales. So if people show up angry, they can't take our reactor.
Yes, and take my head.
You're a lawyer. Nobody attacks lawyers. They're afraid of getting sued.
We're barely humans as it is. Well, I'll see what I can do. I cannot promise you instant, richness, let's say. You see. How much are you looking to make out of this? Just so I can have a potential audience to auction this off to.
Well, I'll send the schematics over to you. I figured you'd, probably subcontract some sort of pre-tech specialist to do an appraisal, but my expectation is that this is worth somewhere between 5 and 10 million credits, and we'd be willing to take about half of that since it's used.
That is a lot of money, Leech, and I'll tell you right now, none of these have gone for that money.
Are there other pre-tech capital ship reactors on the market right now?
There were when the capital ships of Gunhild weren't around. They are all made from spare reactors. You see.
All right. Well, I mean, my price list here says it's 50 million for a post-tech battleship. I figure the reactor cost is at least 10% of the whole cost. So if you consider the premium for a pre-tech to be double, that would put it somewhere between the 5 and 10 million brand new price range. And like I said, I mean, we're looking to get fair market. So if it's used, 25 to 50% of the new price that's my gut feeling. But like I said, we'll send you the specs over, hire somebody, subcontract them who's an expert with pre-tech, have them do a good appraisal, and put it up for what it's worth.